Hello friends, welcome to my channel. So today is the second day of our class. As you know, we are continuing the CCNA and CCNP class. So this is the day 2 in which we will discuss about the basic of network, and it will be very helpful to the persons who are new or who are just trying to get the entry into the network field. All right, so again we will discuss the basic topics only, and from the next class onwards we will start the proper, or you can say the proper training related to the networks. Like related to the network means related to the exact topic of our course, like CCNP. Okay, so again, first thing is that why, because here we are here to learn the network. So first question is that what is the network? So again my answer is simple. To sharing the information we require a network. Suppose you guys are having two PCs. One PC is here, this is a one PC, and you are having another PC. Then if you want to share the information between these two PCs, then you require a connection. Connection means you require a media between these two computers, right? So that why we require a media means we require a medium so that we can transfer a data, right? So for that we can do one thing. We can connect these two computer with each other and we can share the data easily, right? But what will happen if you are having your home network, or if you are having your organization network or small office network, and you want to share the information? Suppose you are having these PCs in your network. You are having these four PCs or more than four PCs in your network, and you want to communicate with each other. Then as I discussed in last class, what you will do, you will use a device that can be your switch or that can be a hub, right? You will use this device and you will connect your machines with this device, right? Like this. Now these all machines, these all PCs are in the network and they can easily share the information, right? So this is the thing, how we can connect the network. So for connecting the network we require a device, you can say a centralized device, by which we can connect all the computers or all necessary devices and user devices, right? Now next thing is that, so which is this device? So there are two kind of device. Like first thing is hub. We can use hub to connect the PCs with each other. In the last class I study about the hub, right? Hub is a device that is a legacy device. In nowadays we are not using hub. Why we are not using hub? Reason behind is that whenever you will use the hub, right? Suppose this is a hub and it is having four port, for example, and you have connected four machine with this hub. What will happen once these PC will transfer the data? Suppose you are having four machines here. These are four machines. Okay, this is machine A. Suppose this is machine. This is machine A. This is machine V. This is machine C, or this is machine D. Now, whenever this machine will transfer the data to machine B, suppose PC A want to share the data with PC B, what will happen? And you are using a hub, this device that is a centralized device to, and you are using this device to connecting the multiple computers or end user device with each other. Suppose it is transferring the data from here to hub. What will the hub do? Hub will transfer this data to all the connected device. It will send the data to device B. It will also send the data to device C. It will also send the data to device D. That means this type of communication is called broadcast, right? Means if you we will discuss, right? What is this? This is called broadcast. Broadcast means one to all. So this is the functionality of hub. Whenever you will connect the hub in your network, it will do the broadcast. Means it will broadcast each packet to all connected device. So what are the disadvantages of hub? It is wasting our bandwidth. Suppose this is your bandwidth. This PC doesn't want to get this data because this data is for PCB only. What? Due to the functionality, because hub do the broadcast, it will send the data to all the connected device. It is unnecessary overloading our network. It is unnecessary consuming our bandwidth. That is the reason in nowadays we are not using hub, right? Next thing. Now the next device, how we can connect the next manner. So next device is switch. In nowadays we are using switch to connect the multiple computer with each other, right? How we are using the switch? So suppose this is a centralized device and it is having different ports. In nowadays, for your information, switches are coming, Cisco switches are coming in different capabilities like 8 port, 24 port or 48 ports, depends on your requirement. Suppose you are having an office in which you require approximately 90 user at site, or you require to connect 90 devices at sites. What? How many switches you require? You require the switches accordingly. Suppose this switch is having 48 port, then obviously you require two switch. Why two switch? One switch to connecting first 48 users, another switch to connect another 48 users, right? So in this manner you can connect two switches here, right? And switch will always do the unicast. What is the unicast? Unicast means one to one communication. Suppose you have connected machines on this, right? You have connected machine here like this, you are having machine here and so on, and you are having machine on all the PCs, on all the ports. In the same way, this is the switch 2 and you are having machine on this switch 2, and you are also having machine on this switch 2, and like on all the ports of this switch 2 are occupied. Now what will happen? These machines, suppose this is PC A, this is PC V, this is PC C, and this is PC D. Then if switch A want to communicate with switch V, what will happen in the case of switch? The switch, this PC will transfer the data and switch will get the data. First time switch will do the broadcast because it is not aware about the address of this machine. What is the address? We will discuss it later. What? And after that it will do unicast. What is the unicast? Unicast means it will only send the data to PCV, not to all other PCs. So one-to-one communication is called unicast, right? Unicast means one-to-one communication, and this is the feature of switch, right? Next thing. Now, next thing is that suppose in your organization you are having 90 users at site, and you connected two switches. Those are having 48 ports and 48 ports. Now you connected few machines here and few machines here. What if PCA want to communicate with PCC? Is it possible? Yes, it's possible. What? For that you have to connect these switch with each other. You can say you need to connect the uplink. This process is called uplink, means inter switch link. So you have to connect a link between switch to switch. So you have to connect a cable from this switch to this switch so that data can transfer between these switches, and the configuration of these ports is depends on your network architecture, means which kind of network you are using. If you are using trunk port, then you have to configure the trunk, and if you are using some other L3 routing protocols between these two, then you have to use that as well, correct? It totally depends. So what is the trunk, what is the axis, we will discuss it later on. What? For now you have to only consider that by this approach we can connect multiple devices in the in our network environment, correct? Now, next thing, suppose you are having this switch, in the network, right? And machines are connected here. It is your Delhi branch, and Delhi branch is working perfectly, right? These are the machines. These are the devices. Now, this is your Mumbai branch, and users are connected in Mumbai branch also, like this, right? And you are easily accessing the infrastructure, easily accessing the network equipment within a LAN. This is your LAN. LAN means local area network. Local area network means the network that is, you can say, belonging from a limited boundary, or it is the example of your home or your small office infrastructure. This is called LAN. It is also a LAN. That means it is also belonging from a small area, correct? And within a LAN, all the machines will communicate with each other with the help of switch or router. Now, thing is that this is the Delhi branch and this is the Mumbai branch. Both branch want to connect with each other. Then I have already told in the last video what we require. We require a third device that is called router. What is the purpose of router to connecting here? Router will communicate to different LAN or to different network with each other. So we will connect the router like this, and router will do one thing. Router will provide us the routing, and we can communicate with each other. Means the PCA that is belonging from a Delhi branch can communicate with PCV that is belonging from Mumbai. Suppose this is your Mumbai branch and this is your Delhi branch, correct? So like this you can communicate. So here we learn what is the LAN device. It is switch that is basically used to connect the end user device with each other. And if we want to connect to multiple network with each other, then we require a device that is called router. Is it okay? So next thing, now what other type of network? Here we learn LAN. Then there is also a type of WAN. What is the WAN? WAN means wide area network. Wide area network means here you connected your LAN environment to your router. What from router to your ISP, because your router is connected with a service provider. Service provider means those are providing you the services to connect with the internet or with the internet, with the remote networks. So this is the example of WAN. Means if you are using internet or you are connecting your network, your LAN with the remote area, this is called WAN. Okay, so this is the type of network. Next thing, communication, type of communication. As I already told, there are three type of communication in the network. First communication is unicast. Unicast means one to one communication. Means PC will do the communication from one PC to another PC, right? One to one. Then multicast. Multicast means, just a moment. Multicast means one to many. What is the example of one to many? Means, for example, here you are having a switch, right? And on this switch we are having four machine connected. This is the machine 1, this is the machine 2, this is the machine 3, and this is the machine 4. Machine A want to communicate or want to share information with machine 2 and 3, not with all, right? So if this machine want to share the data with machine 2 and machine 3. This communication is called multicast, means one to many. One to one communication is called unicast. One to many is called multicast. Last thing is broadcast. As I already discussed the broadcast, broadcast means one to all, like hub do the broadcast. Broadcast means one to all. If any device is doing the broadcast, that means it will send the data to all connected devices. One to all. One to all means in this case, if PC1 want to send the data or it is doing broadcast, that means it will send the data to all the devices. It will send data to all the devices. All devices means the all connected devices. Suppose it is doing broadcast, it will send the data to 2, it is also send the data to 3, and it is also send the data to PC4. So three types of communication is there in network: unicast, multicast, and broadcast. Okay, so here we learn what is the network. Like group of computers or group of computers of multiple computers. Which kind of devices you require to connect the devices or to make a network? We require a centralized device. It can be hub or it can be switch. Hub, because hub do the broadcast, so it is the drawback. It is overutilized our network. That is the reason in nowadays we are now using hub, because we are having a alternate or more intelligent device than hub, that is called switch. So we use the switch. And how many devices we can connect on the switch, it totally depends on the model and the capabilities of the ports. Each model is having different number of ports. Maximum a switch is having 48 ports. If you require more than 48 ports to connect your end user devices, then you can interconnect the switch with each other. Is it okay? Now, if you want to connect your different LAN together, then you require a device that is called router. So the functionality of router is to connect multiple network with each other. What is the example of WAN, wide area network, internet, or the group of multiple network is called WAN. Type of communication in the network: unicast, multicast, and broadcast. Now, next thing is that half duplex and full duplex. What is the half duplex and what is the full duplex, right? This is the half duplex and this is the full duplex. So basically, with the help of duplex, you will learn. Suppose you are having a highway or you are having a road. This is a road. So how many lane are there on the road? It depends on the duplex setting, means how data can transfer. Suppose this is a road and this is a one-way road. One-way road means only the traffic can go in one direction, either in this direction at a time or either in this direction. This is called one way. If you are having four lane road or two lane road, that means you are having separate lane. One lane is for this side and one lane is for this side. That means the data can transfer, means data can send and receive at the same time. This is the direction, means sending or receiving. What if your device is working on half duplex? The devices those worked on the half duplex, they shared the media means the cable or the medium on which data is transferring. If your media is using working on half duplex mode, that means you can send one way data, means either you can send the data or you can receive the data at the same time, right? On one time you can send or receive. The device is having functionality of both purpose. It can send the data or receive the data, but only one thing at a time. Now the devices those works on full duplex, they can send and receive the data on at the same time. This is the main difference between hub and switch. Hub always work on hub duplex mode. This is your hub, right? Hub always works on hub duplex mode. That is the reason hub always do the broadcast, right? It shared his media, the media that hub is having, always shared media. Shared media means if this machine is, the machine A is sending the data, then machine B, machine C and machine D, these cannot send the data. Reason being, because this is the one way path, they are working on hub duplex mode and they are sharing the media. That is another drawback of the hub, why we are not using the hub in our network, because it works on half duplex mode and it is slower than the full duplex. Why? In full duplex at the same time you can send and receive the data. What in the half duplex you have to wait, either you can send or either you can receive the data, right? So this is slow than switch. Now on the switch, this is your switch. So switch works on full duplex mode. Full duplex mode means we can send or receive the data at same time. Like this is your switch and these are three PC, right? Each PC is having separate LAN to transfer the data. It is having a separate lane, it is having a separate lane. So at the same time, it can send the data or can receive the data. Can also send the data or can receive the data. What in the case of hub, they are sharing the media. So only single device can send the data at a time, right? So it works on full duplex. This is another benefit of using the switch, right? Next thing, next thing is that what are the network device. Now in the basic of network we understand the network. Now next thing is, what is the devices those we use in the network. So there are different of devices in the network, like router. So we have already learned what is the router. Router is basically used to connect two different network with each other. Switch works on full duplex mode and basically used to connect different PC with your network. PC, that means your laptop, sorry, that means your desktop and laptop. Phone, IP phone, in nowadays we are using the IP phones. Phone customer, phone customer means the remote customer that is connected via VPN or some other techniques onto the network. How we have already learned. File server, it is a remote server on which you can download or upload your database files. So this is called the file server. Now other device is also there in the network, like it is your device and it is a wireless device and it is called access point, or you can say AP. What is the function of AP? AP basically used to provide you the wireless connection, right? Suppose here it is a switch and switch is having capabilities like 48 ports, 24 ports or something. To connecting or to providing the LAN via switch, you require the cable connection, right? Your all machines require a cable connectivity like this. So this is the limitations of wide network, that each PC require a wire, right? And it is also having a limitation, you can't move from here to there with your wide machine. Means if you want to use your wide network, that you have to stay a single place, right? But in nowadays we require roaming. Roaming means if I'm having a laptop, this is my laptop and it is having wireless capabilities, then a access point can provide me the wireless signal, because and I can connect with the help of this wireless and I can roam here to there, right? So wireless access point is a device that provides us a wireless connection. In behind, it is also connect with a switch, but only this access point is connecting with the switch. It is not required to connecting the end user with the wire. End user is connecting with the wireless signals and it can move from here to there. So this is the benefit of access point. Now next thing is, suppose It is called WLC. What is the WLC? Wireless LAN controller. Suppose you are having a wireless LAN controller also. What is the work of wireless LAN controller? Suppose you are having a AP, then you can easily manage, or you can log in into this PC and can manage. What if you are having a lot of access point in your network? Suppose 1, 2, 3, you are having a large office and you are having multiple access points. Then to operate these access points centralized, you require a wireless controller. Means these all access points must be connected with a switch, and like this access point is connected with this switch, this access point is also connected with the switch, and this access point is also connected with the switch, and these are controlling by this WLC. So WLC basically provide you the wireless infrastructure controlling or wireless infrastructure management. So this is also another device that is called WLC. It is also the part of our network. Next device is called firewall. What is the use of firewall? Because we are reading only the basic things, so that is the reason I'm only giving you a overview so that you will be aware. Firewall means it is a device that is used to secure your network. Basically, if you are having a network like this, you are having a switch and you are connecting few machines here like this is, now you will be like habitual to get these kind of scenarios. This is your LAN and your LAN is connected with another switch that is called your core switch or distribution switch. In the next class we will learn what is the core switch, and here it is connected with a device that is called firewall, and after that, after the firewall, there is another device that is called router, and router is connected with your WAN infrastructure like this. If any outside user want to connect with your network, then it is necessary whenever he will come like this, he will go to your router, and after the router he will go your firewall. This is your firewall. What will the firewall do? Firewall is having the capabilities of feature to control the traffic. Control the traffic means which traffic can allow and which traffic can drop. Like you are having, suppose you are having an idea that this kind of traffic can be the, you can say the bug or the unwanted traffic. You can block that traffic over here. So it is work as a filter. It can do the filtering of traffic over here. It can block the traffic, it can drop the traffic, and you can create a lot of rule over here as per your network design or as per your network requirement. So basic thing, the firewall is a security device that is basically used to secure our network from outside attacks or from remote attacks, or we can control our network, who can access our network resource and who cannot. Suppose you are having a file server in your network environment. Suppose it is your file server, right? Here you are having a file server. Now you can get the limit that users those are belonging my remote locations, means my different office, they can access this file server, and the user those are belonging from my side, they can also access this file server. What other than that, no one can access my file server. So you can create a rule or policy over here, and you can secure your server by this approach. So this kind of device is called firewall. Other kind of device is also called load balancer. In nowadays we are also using some kind of device that is called load balancer, and there are different vendors, those are launching their load balancer like F5. Why we use the load balancer? Load balancer basically used in the case of data center. What is the data centers? Where we are having huge servers. Suppose, for example, you are having Facebook, right? All the persons are using Facebook. So how Facebook is working? Suppose I am a remote user and my like me, another users are also there. Right? We just having a internet connection via Wi-Fi or something, and we just connected with the internet with this approach, and we just trying to connect with the Facebook. Facebook having a data center. Suppose Facebook is also connected with the internet. Here they are having router, right? And behind the router they are having few data center switches like this. And after the switch, they are placed few servers like this. This is suppose a server, that is the Facebook server. Correct? You are trying to connect the Facebook server and you can easily connect. What? Slowly users will increase, and what will happen, this server can get crash. So what we will do, we will make redundant server. Redundant means we will place multiple server here, right? Like two servers. Then other problem is that how user will know that on which server I have to get hit. So to avoid these kind of things, we place a load balancer here. Suppose it is a F5 load balancer. What will they do? Whenever any user will get the request to Facebook, the request will come to the load balancer, and behind the load balancer we are having different or you can say multiple servers for the same domain. For Facebook we are having three servers, for example. It can be a lot of servers. So whenever the user will get the request, user will share the request, F5 or load balancer will get the request. It will check which server is free, which server is having high availability, which server is having higher throughput. So as per some criteria, it will redirect the information, or it will share the load. At its name load balancer, it will share the that first it will share the information to here, request to this one, and then it will next request will go to this one, next request will go this one. In same manner it will share the load, so that any server not get overutilized or not get crashed. And second option is that suppose due to any reason this server got failed, then there will not be any impact on real time user, because we are having two or multiple other servers available in that area. So this is the function of load balancer. So in the network devices, these kind of devices are there in the network. So this is basically a class for basic thing. Next thing, now suppose we are discussing that PCs can communicate with each other. What, how the PCs are identifying with each other? Like suppose I'm having a friend, this is my friend, and I want to communicate with my friend. How I will communicate? So for that I need a address. Suppose if I want to visit his home, then obviously I need a address, his home address, so that I can meet him at home and I can discuss my things, right? If I don't have the home address, then other things, I need a mobile number. If I want to make a call him, then I require another address, that is called mobile number. I can make a mobile call to him, right? Without the address, we can't communicate with each other. Same thing is applicable to these computers as well. These computers, this is computer A and this is computer B, we just given a name. what what computers are not aware the identity of these computer. To provide the identity of these computer, we have to define a address, that is called IP address. You all guys always see this address on your phone, on your modem, or on your broadband like this. Suppose this is having an address that is called 192.168.1.10, and it is having 192.168.1.11. So now these PCs are having identity. These are having an address. If PC A want to communicate with PC B, it will send the request to this address. If PC we want to communicate with PCA, it will send the request on this address because they are aware about the address. So in very normal language, we define a IP address to each network device or to each end user device so that they can communicate in the network. So other point is it is necessary to use a IP address or use a address so that device can communicate in the network. If suppose you are having a machine, you connected this machine with switch like this. These are your switch. It is also a machine. It is also a machine. You define IP on these machine 1.1.1.1, 1.2 and 1.3. But you not defined any IP on this machine. This machine is on and also connected on the switch, and all the configuration is done on the port. What it can't communicate to the network. It doesn't mean that you connected your PC with the network or the switch and then it will communicate with the network. No, it also require a address that is called IP address, right? So it is another point to necessary point or the basic concept that we require IP address on each device to communicate with the network. What is the IP address? What all are the classes of the IP address? We will learn later, or if you want to learn now, you can refer my CCNA classes where I have already defined the IP address. So what is the IP address? How can we define or something? So I think this is all for today, and I think it will be helpful for you to understand the basic of networks. So guys, if you really like this video or if you really think that this video will be helpful for you, then please like this video and subscribe the channel, right? So thank you guys, thanks for watching. Bye bye, take care.